This trip I need to tell everyone about. Here's the proof. You haven't been to New York if you don't have one of these. Just saying. Hi, I'm traveling with Tommy. So today we're going to be talking things all New York. I visited New York on my last ship contract, and when I tell you, it was the reason I took the job. For the whole contract, we were excited because New York was at the very end. We were doing the last trip to Canada and America. We'd been getting told, you won't get off in New York, you won't get off in New York, because just for multiple reasons. When you're working on a ship, they have the right to not allow you off, both the ship and the port. Our ship didn't go there frequently. It can be not as guaranteed to getting off as a ship that may go there every other week. We were manifesting, when I tell you manifesting, that we were getting off, and all these people were saying, no, it's not going to happen. I wouldn't get your hopes up. Well, I got the t-shirt. We were there for 2.5 days. However, every single day, we wouldn't know if we would be allowed off the next day. Day one, wake up 5:30 in the morning, and we watched the sail in. It was dark, the lights were all lit up. They are telling the truth when they say it is the city that never sleeps. This is what it looked like when we sailed into New York, and it was stunning. It was well worth the wake up. All the guests, all the crew had gone up to see the sail in. And at this point, we didn't know if we were allowed off or not. We go back to sleep for a little bit. Woke up around 9 a.m. and we just waited. Then we hear an announcement over the tannoys that crew shore leave was granted. We were allowed off for the day, and the curfew was midnight. So we did not have to be back on the ship until midnight. So that is a whole day to explore New York. When I tell you we screamed, we were running around, so excited, and we got straight off. Now at this point, we still don't know if we'll be able to get off the next days, so we had to really prioritize what we wanted to do first. Joel had already been to New York, so he went and saw his friend while we went and did some of the more touristy stuff. Got a Starbucks. You can do that anywhere, but we went straight to a Starbucks because we needed coffee. We'd been up so early. We knew we wanted to go to Central Park, and we knew we wanted to get a bagel. We firstly did a route to Central Park. We went past the Rockefeller Center. We went past Radio City. We didn't go into these places, but we went and saw from the outside because we knew we wanted to see them. Just taking it all in. It was so overwhelming, but so incredible to just be seeing it all with your own eyes. I feel like you see it in films, you see it on social media. At this point, we had bought tickets to see Death Becomes Her that evening. This was the first thing we knew we wanted to do. Straight away, got onto Datix, got our tickets, all sorted. It was incredible to know that we were going to see it. We'd heard so much about it, and as performers, Broadway was the thing I was there for. We went to Central Park and we got a bagel from a shop just outside of the park. Just sat in Central Park and just took it in. It was like, we are here. I bought my pins in Central Park, which is really exciting. And there were bands playing, just everything. There was so much going on that was really exciting to see. And then we saw the rowboats, and I said, if we can get off another day, we are doing those rowboats. Like my heart was set on it. It looked gorgeous. We then took a trip all the way down to Times Square, and I got emotional. Like it just felt so crazy being there, knowing that I was there as part of my job that I've been wanting to do for so long. And it all was like, okay, this is a we made it moment. And that was really emotional for me. So we headed to the steps and we took it all in. Then at that point, we knew that we didn't have long till we had to see Death Becomes Her, and we knew that we were near the theatre and we needed some food, and realised that we didn't have any time at all. So we ran to a Wendy's and got Wendy's. I know that we've got Wendy's in the UK now, but it's not as much of a thing, so it was nice to try an American fast food chain. Really, really cool, and it was delicious. And sorry, the size of the drinks in America are incredible, and the UK need to take note because that is how much hydration I want in my life. It was incredible. First Broadway experience. Wow. Like, wow. The standard is incredible. And obviously a show with such a social media following, the crowd were going crazy. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. This is what theatre is. Appreciation. Everyone was just so engrossed when we saw Death Becomes Her. And the show was incredible. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. So we headed back to the ship, but on our way we wanted to get a slice of pizza, so we stopped at, I think it was called Two Bros Pizza, a little slice of pizza. That was day one complete. We also saw the Empire State Building from the ground. We didn't go up. So day one, very successful. I'd seen so much. I remember getting back on and saying, if that's all we're getting, I'm so happy with what we've got. We go to sleep. I think we'd done 33,000 steps that day. Insane. We go to sleep, wake up, hear the announcement, we can get off again. It was the best. Just hearing it was like, oh. And again, curfew till 12. We wanted to go to the Brooklyn Bridge, and we did that via the High Line. Again, a big day of walking. I said, let's do something crazy. Let's go up the Edge. Now, if you don't know what the Edge is, it's a really, really, really tall building. And a lot of people recommended it to us because they said the Empire State Building, you can't see the Empire State Building. And when you got Rockefeller, again, you can't see it. Whereas when you got up the Edge, you can see these iconic landmarks. And it really was the most incredible view. We got up to the top floor and it opened out and you could see everything. You could see the Empire State, you could see the Rockefeller, you could see the river, you could see the Statue of Liberty, you could see the Brooklyn Bridge. After we'd been up the Edge, we said, we want to go see a Broadway show tonight. It was Friday night, and the prices do get considerably a lot higher on a Friday night. But we were umming and ahhing because the tickets were about over $100, which isn't a lot. I know some Broadway shows are a lot more expensive than that, but we weren't wanting to pay loads because we were doing so much. In the end, we decided to go see The Outsiders, Tony Award, Best Musical. We have to, like, no brainer, we had to go watch it. We'll get to that later. We walked to the High Line, highly recommend. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful walk. It wasn't too busy. This was a Friday morning. Also, I haven't said when we went, it was very hot. It was in September, but it was still very, very, very warm. We went through West Village, where we saw the Sex and the City house, and West Village is insane. West Village felt more cozy and residential, and that was really nice, and I love that vibe. Those are cute shops, bakeries, coffee shops, and we really enjoyed it there. We then went to Lombardi's, which claims to be the first pizzeria in America. Joel had already been there, so we did go based on recommendation, and we were not disappointed. We got pizza and pasta. It was very, very good. I ate lots of pizza in New York. We finally got to the Brooklyn Bridge. We decided to walk across the bridge, which again, felt like such a surreal moment. It was crazy. Walked into Brooklyn, where we found a rooftop bar. We went into the bar, and they said there was an event going on, but they'll have space for us. So we went up, and the view was incredible. But it felt like an engagement party. I think we were either at I actually think we were at a wedding. It was actually really confusing, and there wasn't really anywhere to sit, and there was this party going on, and the drinks were very expensive. So we took photos, we took in the view, and then we left. But the view was incredible. You could see the Brooklyn Bridge, you could see the Statue of Liberty. We were like, whoa, but we were like, we don't feel like we should be here. We went to the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory, and they have a bar there as well. So we sat there, got a beer outside. It was really, really cute. We headed back to Times Square after having a beer, taking in the Brooklyn energy. And it was finally time to watch the show. So we went and saw The Outsiders, and again, insane. Totally different vibe to Death Becomes Her. I couldn't even compare them because they are so different. But what I can say was exactly the same was The Standard. If you're looking for a show to see, The Outsiders is one. I feel like we lucked out on the two shows we saw because they were both incredible. Night 2, we headed back to the ship, said goodbye to New York just in case. We were like, this has been amazing. Got back on, woke up the next day. We heard the announcement that we could get off again. I was like, this day was only a half day. We were leaving, like we knew it was going to be. So we had to be on, I want to say around 2 o'clock. I did straight to Central Park. We went to Magnolia Bakery and we got a coffee and we got a little cake that they have. Then we did the rowboats, and they're actually not as expensive as you think they're going to be. I think that it was like $20. That might be a massive lie. The most beautiful romantic experience ever, and whether you're going with friends, family, or a loved one, I highly recommend. It was really, really cute. I definitely recommend getting there first thing because then it's not as busy. We stopped and got one more bagel on the way, ate our bagels, back on the ship, and watched as we sailed away, said goodbye to New York. We were all so full of happiness, and to top it off, we sailed past the Statue of Liberty. I'll put a video here. The most amazing view, and it was incredible to see her. So I highly recommend going on a cruise ship because you get this view sailing in and out. That was my experience of New York as a seafarer, as a crew member on a cruise ship. So the guests didn't have curfew. So if you're considering it as a guest as well, even better, because you wouldn't have to be back on the ship that we did. You would have had all the time in the world off. I hope you have enjoyed this video of my rundown of my time in New York. I will definitely be going back one day. Be sure to subscribe because you do not want to miss my content. I'm going to be making lots of content about my future experiences and also talking about my past experiences like today. Comment if you have been to New York and what you got up to, and if you want to go, where's somewhere that you're looking forward to going. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.